It's any time with us.
Light up a dart if you must.
It's a smoking network night.
What are we doing here today?
Oh my god, we were muted for a second. We're no
Hey,
longer muted.
welcome to Vegas.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Squirrely, hello.
Hello. Are you guys ready for the most controversial smoking network episode that we've ever had?
Ever?
Featuring Bill.
This is Bill.
Yeah. Oh my god, he's gonna lend some cult expertise here today.
Bill's our
expertise as we are. I don't know.
Our cult expert friend.
Yeah.
Our cult our R&R. You know?
Yeah.
R&R.
This is how we siphon our rest and relaxation.
What's up, Squirrely? You ready for some fucking occult shit or
R&R
what?
is different in the States. Did you know that? You know R&R here, like the whiskey?
What?
It's like, it's still whiskey in the States, but it has a different name.
What? It's not R&R?
No, it's R&R, but the R&R stands for
Holy
different
fuck.
words.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it's like, it's not Royal Reserve there.
Oh, what is it?
It's something different.
No
I
kidding.
can't remember now.
No
Me
kidding.
and my friend Aaron Johnson,
yeah.
Ontario area, when we were there, he got some. And we were drinking it, and like for the halfway through, we're like, wait, this is not right. It's like a completely different name. Everything's like slightly different there.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, America's a little fucking
What?
fucky.
I loved it.
So
though.
when
I
you were
loved
in
it.
America?
Yeah, dude. I went all across. You don't see those pictures, dude? I went to like the Grand Canyon.
So even their
Las
hard
Vegas.
bars like different?
I think there's a lot of like ones that are regular, but then they have like I think it's because of the Canadian brand. And, like we could do it better. They give it a slightly different name.
Yeah, slightly different name.
Choice a different label.
Yeah.
Right? Like
America also has much better liquor pricing than Canada.
They have
Yeah.
Captain
Cigarettes taste
Murphy's
better, I think.
spiced rum. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like just a bunch of knockoff shit. Right? Yeah, right on. Oh, that's great. My God.
I'm just sharing a little round.
Oh yeah,
Squirrely, you gonna mod, yeah?
right. That's great. Hello, Dad. Happy Father's Day.
how can you? Tell
We're
who's
gonna
talking?
talk about cults. We're gonna talk about.
Oh, up here, right here.
Who are we getting to
Oh,
first?
okay,
We
yeah.
got the of course the greatest hits lit. We hits list.
Hits list.
We got the
Hits
the
list?
hit list.
Hits list.
We got the Manson family to talk about.
Yeah, I mean-
there was a closely related the Lyman family. We got
That was like the lemon and the lime, the 7.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Aleister Crowley.
Crowley.
Of course, we're gonna talk about Aleister Crowley.
We got-
the big man himself.
And we got kind of how the process works,
The
which
Beast
Bill's gonna
666.
fucking lay out for us tonight.
Do you think since Aleister Crowley died, do you think that he has his own?
Wait.
Do you think he still has a following where they're just waiting for the Beast to come back?
I
You
would
know.
hope so.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would think so.
Do you think Satanists? Do you think there's a group of Satanists?
Darman? No, Darman's not a cult. He's a weird video
What's
guy.
Darman?
He
That's,
makes these really dumb, like inspirational,
Dar.
like fake inspirational videos.
Yeah.
You know those like really fake ones where you watch where it's like a dad's like yelling at a kid playing video games, and then the kid like leaves home, and then it's like shows him as an adult, and he's like operating like a fucking like an online internet like team for like StarCraft, and he's like, "See, Dad," and then Darman's
He has a cult?
"Always make sure that you respect your children." It's like the dumbest fucking shit in the world, but he has like billions of views.
Oh,
Yeah.
he has a cult.
Yeah, he's a cult.
He has a cult.
Cult-like following.
Yeah, cult-like following, which is exactly what we're trying to accomplish here
Well, no.
today.
Well,
I was gonna say, like, originally, I think I wanted to present the episode as
Yeah.
how to start your own cult, but then Nick
Yeah.
and Aaron were like, "There's absolutely no."
Yeah,
way.
you gotta.
No, there's no way. There's no way.
What you gotta do, right, is get your viewers hooked on smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
So whenever they need a cigarette, they're like, "Oh fuck!" They start thinking about the show. It's all subconscious, right?
That's
There you
it.
go.
We're gonna talk about
There you go.
subconscious manipulation.
it's a cult if you dig deeper. I didn't.
It's a cult if you dig deeper.
I mean, I
Nick- Nick's having
That's what he said.
existential crisis. He's like, "Am I? Oh my god! Am I in a cult?
Wait, am I? Wait.
Am I a cult?
Is this a cult? Ooh.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, nice.
That's good.
Good shit.
Perfect.
Something.
Perfect. Bill's like, what the fuck?
So,
Oh my god.
are cults always a bad thing?
Our cult's always a bad
Ooh,
thing.
that's a good question.
No, that's a deep question.
That is a deep question.
Yeah. My god.
Are cults always a bad thing? I think it really. I think a cult can have good intentions, just like religion. However, I find that people will use them their own way or bend them, or like always at the end of the day, like want like power or like power over others. It's about like a lot of control and manipulation and like power plays and I don't know, if you like started a cult where you're like, I don't know, like we give people money all the time. I think that's a great cult.
Well, like
I'd want to be on like
Charity,
I want to be like, on the receptive end of that cult.
Yeah, I want
But
the
I
money.
wouldn't want to be in it.
I want the money.
I want to be at the bottom.
Like the Freemasons.
I'd for sure join a cult. That's fucked
Right.
up.
I know, like, well, like you can. That's what we're starting a cult. So
No.
we're not starting a cult.
No.
We're not.
Yeah, we're-
Yeah. What? Sweet. All right. My God. Yeah. Well, there's an allure to cults. It's like the same
smoking, by the way.
reason people go to religion. It's like a place where you feel connected. It's a very communal. It's a community type thing, right?
I think the word cult has like a negative connotation like immediately.
Yeah,
right?
well,
It's
yeah,
like-
that's how mainstream religion put down the rise of other religions.
Yeah.
So that was all like a total control thing.
Yeah, changing the
The
word.
people weren't allowed to have their own religions, and that's basically what it is. It's like the state has their religion, and you cannot have your own religion outside the state religion. And
Yeah.
that's why cults have a negative connotation. Of course, you do get people like
Aleister
the
Crowley.
Heaven's Gate.
The Heaven. See
who,
that?
like, dude's like, have you seen that guy's piercing? Like, have you watched the Heaven's Gate videos?
It is so fucked.
Have you?
It is so uncomfortable.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like just
Oh my God! It's
beaming
fact.
I
Yeah.
think everything else stays still though. Like
Well, that's
it's
what's
just about moving
that's
and
that's
everything
what's
else-
so creepy.
Yeah.
That's what's so creepy. He's just like,
Oh my God!
like, but he's just like, hello everybody.
Yeah.
The time is now.
We're gonna
Yeah,
ride
like-
the comet.
What's his name? Marshall Applegate? Is that his
Jesus.
name? Applewhite or Applegate? Something like that.
was it?
Applegate sounds right.
Something like that.
Oh, oops. Hold on.
So
guys.
he like named his cult Heaven's Gate. He like named it after himself.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
He's
you
like, hey, it's we're gonna call the what's your religion called? Applegate. No, too terrestrial.
Yeah,
It's,
I heard,
Heaven's
Heaven's
Gate.
I heard.
Yeah.
Christina tried to sue them.
Who's that?
Christina Applegate.
Oh my God.
I didn't get that either.
That's why he changed the name.
Heaven's Gate.
Yeah, he was planning on offing himself, I guess, but he was concerned about legal.
Yeah, legal
rights.
legal dilemmas.
Anyway,
Trademarks or
God,
whatever.
terrible. Let's talk about more the fucked up shit and less about the
Yeah, do you guys want
less about the
Yeah, let's.
harming
Yeah, Bill. Do you
stuff.
mind telling us a little bit about
Yeah.
how some of these things work? Like,
Sure. So why don't I give you like the big overview and then we can break.
let's do that. Let's do that.
yeah.
Let's do that.
So there's 5 main points that this is from a book that I read, which is interestingly, it's actually a marketing book, which is weird. So this guy, he went and he studied all these cults and not just cults like Nazis and like, you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
all these like really influential groups and who did terrible things. And he's like, how is that even possible? And he's trying to put those same principles into marketing, basically. So that's why I was like, you guys probably have never heard this perspective before. It's really
That's
niche
actually
information.
it's like
yeah.
pretty unique take on
Yeah.
cults. Like,
It's still very, even in the community, still very edgy book. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But, so there's 5 main things. Now, this doesn't happen. Not all of them will do just these ones. Some will do more. But these 5 tend to be in almost every single one, and we can use some examples as we go through. But the 5
Okay.
main steps you'll see, this goes from someone not hearing about the cults at all to being like fully brainwashed, ready to drink the Kool-Aid. Right?
oh my god.
Okay.
Oh god.
Okay.
Juicy.
So
Let's go. Show me the Kool-Aid.
step 1 is they capture their attention and entertain them.
Right.
Step 2 is they manipulate a sense of connection by exploiting unaddressed emotional needs.
Okay.
3, isolate them mentally and then physically. Gaslight them is number 4. And 5 is they implant hidden breadcrumbs into their minds that lead to terrible deeds.
Oh.
Those
what?
are in all of them in some form or another.
In all cults? You mean?
In like all big ones.
Well, I
the,
guess, like,
the really bad ones?
Really big ones, yeah.
Why are they not making good ones? I guess no one hears about the good ones because boring.
It wouldn't be called a cult, probably.
Yeah, it wouldn't be called a
Yeah.
cult.
Yeah.
They're called religion, Aaron.
Yeah, it's basically.
Right.
That's actually pretty interesting. So let's go back to step 1 there. Step 1 was what? Capture their attention?
Capture their attention and entertain them.
Right,
And
of course. So
entertainment.
this
So-
is where you get the charismatic leaders, right?
yes.
Like old Charlie.
Like
Yes.
old
Right, playing
perfect example.
music.
Yeah.
Charlie, because he got out of jail after being in jail forever at 32 years old, and it was the height of like everybody going to California and like hippie fucking
Yeah,
season.
yeah.
And he went and he just fucking charmed these ladies.
Yeah.
And somehow got his way from meeting one of these ladies. One of them knew one of the members of the Beatles.
Oh yeah.
And then they went and stayed with them in their fucking house and like recorded shit. And they were just like, oh my god. So he had this super charm. He's like, yeah, I'm recording with one of the Beatles right
Yeah.
now. Like, you know, because he seemed like a really charismatic man. He's like really like talkative and fucking really knew his way around words and people.
God.
Like, and so he
yeah,
just.
certainly knew his way around
People.
entertainment, around
People.
a video camera.
Yeah.
People. In
But yeah,
general,
entertainment. He's still like watching some of his like any interviews. He is entertaining to watch. Like, and
Oh,
he
yeah.
is like
Yeah.
charismatic as listening to him speak, even in interviews when he's in prison. You're like, wow, wow.
Yeah, no, he kept his shit together. You're like, I believe him.
Yeah.
I believe him.
Charles
Charlie
Manson
didn't kill
uses-
nobody.
But,
Charlie didn't kill nobody.
But all the other ones, like you said, we just said Heaven's Gate. Even he was
Yeah.
like, you know, the prospect of religion, or like he's like, oh, you have it wrong. I have the answers.
Yeah.
And so, what's the second step there, Bill?
Well, let me tell you a little bit more about this one first here. I got a couple points on that. So, yeah, the whole thing is, like you said, entertaining. That is the whole point. There's a certain point of entertainment, though. There's something like where you get attention. You can get attention, and there's also attention capture. So attention capture is like when you're playing a video game, and then you look up, and it's like dark all of a sudden. You're like, oh shit, I just lost like hours of time.
Oh yeah.
Right? So that's the state they're looking to get to, right? Which is actually a state of intense focus. You know, people usually think when they're thinking of brainwashing that it's like some like weird spaced out thing.
Yeah.
But it's actually really intense focus is the way they get in. It's
Okay.
kind of the opposite of what you might think,
Interesting.
right?
Yeah.
So what kind of things, I guess, would they talk about that can really get your attention and grab it that way? You know, there's so many things. Like, what can really grab you in the same way that like a movie or a video game could, right? Mm-hmm. And the thing that they always talk about are like puzzles, like kind of puzzles, like not like physical puzzles, of course, but like things that just like aren't right in the world that kind of demand resolve. Because like people are just like naturally problem solvers, right? That is like our
Naturally
main skill.
want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
solve
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah.
So you can hook them on being like,
Yes.
together we can have the answers. Together
Yeah.
we can solve these big issues.
Yes.
And then people, you're like, yeah, like I believe in it. I
Yeah.
believe in us, you know? And then, well, it's all manipulating positive feelings towards maniacal ends, right? It's like
Let me just-
very contradictory.
Let me just read some of the chat here.
Sure, yeah.
Talking darkness on the lightest day of the year. You
Yeah.
guys are kings of equilibrium. Thank you. Oh, that's really good. Do you guys know about what happened with the?
Sheila, are you talking about the one in Burnt River? Because I've actually am from like 10 minutes from there, and that was a big deal in my town.
Really?
Yeah, that was in the 90s, though. I'm not too sure if it's the same one you're talking about, Burnt River. That was the French dude, and he had like the anthill kids or something.
Oh, I
like
don't
that.
know this.
What
Yeah,
the-
yeah.
Okay,
What?
good.
He was brutal, dude. He like cut off limbs and shit. He was insane.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. They
Okay,
made a
so-
movie, The Savage Messiah was the movie they made.
This is
Savage
why we
Messiah?
Yeah.
The church needs to bring back the Templars. We need knights with swords on the streets, policing these people's strange and odd religions.
No.
Okay? We need to stamp down. the-
Oh, I'm talking
the-
about him. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Good.
He has some French name. I can't remember what it is.
Fucking Pierre.
Every French dude.
Pierre.
Pierre. Yeah.
Every
Pierre.
French dude.
Pierre. But go on, Bill. But go on.
Yeah. So yeah, just to give it a quick example here before I move off.
Yeah, Shayla was talking about him.
She was, yeah. You know David Koresh, like the Waco whole thing?
The Waco, yep.
Yeah. So he had his whole reinterpretation of the Seven Seals from the Book of Revelations.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
He'd
here we
also
go.
play guitar and sung like Charlie, right?
Yeah.
So he'd be like, "Yo, guys, come over, play music, we're gonna eat," and he's like, and then we've like this big mysterious part of the Bible that no one's really figured out. I figured it out, and I'll tell you guys about it. And people are like, "I gotta hear it," right? So like, they bring you in that way, right? I also mentioned Lost just because I'm rewatching Lost, but almost all of these principles can apply to Lost, and it makes sense because it had such a cult following, right?
Yeah.
The
you mean
show?
Lost?
Show Lost.
Like
Yeah,
Lost?
Yeah.
That's
Show
so
Lost.
fucked. I've
Yeah.
recently rewatched that.
I'm watching it right now. I'm on season 1 again.
It's
I'm
really
just like,
good.
I've never seen it before.
But that's part of the whole reason. Like, people
Yeah.
are like, they're just throwing shit out there. It's like, yeah, it's on purpose, dude. Like, in the first 2 episodes, there's like a polar bear. There's like a French woman. There's like this is stress call. And you're like, I can't not stop watching.
Yeah.
I have to figure out
What is the
why.
answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the same idea. Yeah.
Okay, so these people, like, they'll hook them by posing these mysteries, right?
Just things that are not as they should be. Yeah, it doesn't have to be like a
my God.
question even. It's just like, have you ever noticed this? And it just seems out of place. It can be even things like, like Scientology does it, where it's like anxiety. It's like, do you ever just feel at a place in the world? Like, do you feel
So they
like
use
that?
something very human. They use something very human like that.
Yeah.
It's like something everybody has, and then they explain it in a way that they make it supernatural, and they come up with the solution to that at the same time.
Yeah,
and then once they put a person through this experience, then they're convinced that because that worked, because it was all what do you call psychosomatic, or it was it was in their head, right? Like, because like what's that? Right,
But that is, what you're saying. That is like a main part of it. That's like the big leverage point part. 100%. But it can be anything though. It can be internal, external, as long as it just gets your attention and just demands some sort of result.
Gosh darn it, I lost the word.
I don't know.
You know when it's like surrogate? No.
No.
Too sure, man.
Like when you take pills, but they're not real pills.
Oh, placebo.
Placebo.
Yeah, I was like pseudo, Pacific Rim. But yeah. But so it's like a placebo effect where they're like, oh, we have this this certain meditation or something maybe, and it's like you'll do this, and then like this, like in Scientology, like you do the confession and it gets the aliens off you, and then like all your anxiety goes away. So it works like a placebo effect because they convince themselves through the process that yes, this made my anxiety go away or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
So specifically, Shayla, this stage is not actually the indoctrination stage. It's just getting people in. So like right now, like it's just like having people around at parties. They don't really go too heavy on the rhetoric at this point. They're usually being mostly entertaining. That's the thing. They're just like being fun, playing music, joking around. Charlie's just being like a charismatic guy, right? Like having interesting conversations.
Well, they become a
doing
family
drugs and stuff.
first. They become familial with each other. They become bonded in a group.
Yeah, like this main point isn't what converts them. It's just what brings them in, right? And then from this point here, this is just the attention, and then we get to induction, and then from induction we go to indoctrination.
Right. And I would almost suspect that a big part of this would be once you have that family bond, you allow them to experience like you coming up with this revelation together.
Yeah.
So it feels like it's their own idea,
Well,
and they're much more inclined.
That's a big part,
right?
Do you think that like the people who like start these or do them like Charles Manson, for example, do you think that he intentionally went out with the purpose to do that? Or do you think it was just something that just kept building up? Like, do you think he was like with the people who do the religious ones, or the ones who are like, oh, I know this from the Bible, or I've uncovered the secret? Like, do you think they go in with the intent of being like, oh, hey, I'm going to start a group of people? Like,
yeah, I would say, like personally, I would say that any leader of any said group probably has either the intention of getting money or controlling people.
Yeah.
But anyone else could have well intentions. Like even the second or third in command could do it with totally pure intentions, thinking that this guy is true because he's just completely under the spell.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that any, even just religious, not even cult. I think that that might be a little too weird to say, but yeah.
I understand.
But yeah, I think those are the two main motivations. Yeah.
Fuck. Gosh, it's weird. And so what's
Point number two.
So number two, you said you get them, you bring them in with like a little charm, and you said what's like not indoctrination yet? What's
induction is the
induction?
Next point, yeah.
Okay.
And so they manipulate a sense of connection to them by exploiting unaddressed emotional needs. That's the second one. That's in all of them.
Unaddressed emotional needs.
Yeah.
So like something somebody desires or like wants, or like I guess it'd be like an answer for something, or
yeah. So I'll give you the main ones that they use here. So,
okay.
Well, it could be connection, purpose, or
things like that. Yeah, 100%. So like once they get them in, they get this like comforting environment. They got their attention, and as they're like just being charming and stuff, they start dropping these little like hints in the conversation, right? So these are the main ones. You usually see at least one of these, usually a combination, right? So they don't feel needed in their lives, right? They just don't feel needed by anyone. They don't feel like their job is like any purpose. Their boss doesn't know about them. They feel unloved by their kids and their wife. They kind of just feel unneeded in the world in general, like a lonely existence, right? They feel like they have no options and are doomed. So people who are just really depressed, and when people are really, really, really depressed and they have no other option, any glimmer of hope they will grab onto immediately.
Yeah. So it's preying on the weak.
Yeah.
The men. I'd say like the men. It's funny because I know like on some of the documentaries, even like with Heaven's Gate or whatever, the people don't. They seem like they fit in normally. So they like I guess they like hide their problems, but opened up to like that one person, and that one person just happened to be like a fucking cult. Like
Yeah, it could be any number of them too. Like people could have regularly normal lives, like for the most part, but like even people who like seemingly have outwardly normal lives can feel really empty inside. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then as soon as someone comes in who is like really, they feel like is actually understanding them in a way that like, their parents have never had and their loved ones never had, they're like, holy shit, like this is what I've been missing my whole life.
Yeah.
And that's what really gets them.
Yeah. Well, because that in a way, it's almost kind of like them falling in love with this person. Then they're tranced out. They got the stars in their eyes when they see him, and that's the brainwashing. It's like they're hooked. They'll believe anything this person says.
I mean, to go back to your point, you made it a couple sentences ago, but in terms of like, they definitely do. It's easier for them instead of doing it just to everyone they meet to target certain people.
Yeah.
And religious people usually are targeted because there's a built-in like metaphysics where they don't believe in like an objective world. They already believe in some mystical stuff.
Yeah.
That's why yoga is usually targeted a lot too. There's like that kind of mystical element built in.
Yeah.
So like things like that we'll look out for specifically because they know you're already kind of open to different
I guess.
worldly stuff.
Yeah.
Not to say that those people are always depressed or whatever, but you know what I mean.
But
element of belief in.
But at the same time, if you're that charming, or like you're that like I have what you're looking for, right? People are gonna jump to it.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's fucked. Oh my god, people are fucked.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
My god, we're going to school today. This is this.
We're the fucking Learning Network.
Yeah, the Learning
Learning
Network.
Network.
Yeah.
Here's another really common one. This one is actually kind of another really essential point that kind of levers a lot of stuff later on. They need some sort of scapegoat. Every single one has a scapegoat of some sort.
Scapegoat.
Yeah.
What kind of scapegoat?
Just anyone they can blame.
The leader has a scapegoat?
The group has to have it. The group has to have an opposing group that they're against, basically.
Right, like the Manson family and the Lyman family.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. So like, there's two reasons for this, right? One is automatically you've heard the expression "the enemy of my enemy is my friend." Yeah. That's because if you guys both know that you hate the same person or the same group or whatever, that automatically implicitly puts you on the same side. You're automatically on the same team that way.
Yeah.
Even without saying it, you just instantly get that connection. You're like, okay, we're friends in some light way. Already, right?
Yeah.
So it builds that connection right off the bat. And again, of course, anything that they have a problem with cults, like, of course, there's always going to be some like questions, like when it gets to a certain point, their family is going to want to bring them in and stuff. So like, you have to keep people distracted with always blaming problems on other things, so it doesn't start looking at within the cult itself, basically.
Yeah.
You keep them distracted all the time on these enemy. They don't have time to look at themselves, basically.
Like Slytherin? Stop.
Like Slytherin?
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. Not like Slytherin.
Did you put your name in the goblet of fire?
Jesus Christ.
Another emotional need that's usually not addressed in most people. They need to be noticed and feel understood.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Oh, yeah, like, you get me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's like a lot. Most people in the world wouldn't say that, that they feel like they're noticed or they're like a special person. They kind of feel like they're just a face in a crowd.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Like, yeah, the moment too you can kind of like latch on to somebody and be like, hey, like, I guess to get even more people in, to be like, hey man, this guy gets me. I know we've talked about it, like with a friend. Be like, hey, we've talked about this before, and there's someone who I feel like understands me. You should meet them.
Yeah, and then
That actually even just not specifically in this, but just
what if we? Oh my god! Sorry, continue.
Yeah. Just marketing wise is like the hands down the best way to gain trust is to get a recommendation from someone you trust.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's another really powerful way of recruiting people. Right?
Yeah.
Because like you can have all like the propaganda and stuff, but if someone says like, hey, this guy is like completely speaking to me and like changing my world, you should listen to him too. You're like, okay, well, he's vouching for him. I already like him, so like it breaks that barrier down right away. Just
That's like the power of reviews. The word of mouth reviews are always the best. You can write whatever you want on fucking Google or read somebody else's Google review. You can read 10. Aaron did this yesterday while buying something off Amazon. There was like a bunch of good reviews, but then like one negative one. Right? And it's just like the one negative one.
Is just crap.
But at the same time, Aaron was like, oh, fuck, I don't know. It's like, but at the same time, if you were word of mouth and you're like, hey, I got this from Amazon, it's the best fucking thing ever. You're going to be like, oh, shit, what is it?
Yeah.
You know, you
Well,
immediately
anything-
you're curious, like,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, if it's straight from someone's mouth and it's like in person, it's much more.
It means
real,
so much
it's
more.
believable.
Oh, yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
I can see it. I can see that you're telling me the truth. I can see that it
well,
works.
that's the quickest way to get any sort of trust, to give them perceptual proof. Right?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
But yeah, that's I'm gonna kind of weave into marketing a little bit here.
Well, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, because that's what.
And what's Shayla saying? What is Hogwarts is a 4-way cult management system for magic?
Oh shit!
What?
Oops, I zoomed in.
For magical children?
yeah.
They get them while they're young. They get them while yeah.
But this is just a cool trick for if you're trying to market something specifically. If you do, especially if you do client work, which one we were just talking about.
Yeah.
a second ago. So when you do a really good job and they're really happy with your work, be like, hey, like if you were happy with it, here, do me a favor, recommend me to a business partner or whatever, and I'll follow up next week. And they'll always be like happy to do it, like sure, yeah, of course. And then no one like ever does it. It rarely happens because people get busy and it's awkward.
Yeah.
And it's like, how does it come up? So then you leverage that into a testimonial, and you call them back. And you're like, okay, you know what, I get it, you're busy, but how about this instead? Just like, let's just get on camera for 5 minutes because they feel bad because they didn't do it. Let's just do a quick testimonial. We'll get it out of the way, and then you can just build up testimonials that way.
Wow.
Best case scenario, you get the actual referral. Worst case, you follow into a testimonial. You get a bunch that way. That's a really cool way.
That's really fucking smart. That's
Yeah.
really. I've recently. I just told everybody today. I just got a new job in marketing, and I guess Bill does it currently. I still believe. So let's fuck it. It's a cool like fucking. Yeah, I guess you're like, yeah, you're right. Like, it's good. Holy shit.
So you had some propaganda here. You had some.
Yeah.
You had a couple flyers. I thought I saw. What's that? Scientology.
These are both
Are we
Scientology.
going to talk about Scientology?
Well, like, let's go with it. Like, let's. I like this kind of thing. So we're into not indoctrination yet, but still like kind of introducing everything. So so Scientology, like everybody knows it as being like loony. Okay, everybody thinks it's just crazy. Everybody knows Tom Cruise is a member of the Church of Scientology. Like, it's a weird thing. Do you guys know anything about Scientology?
Not that much, surprisingly. Hopefully, you guys can fill me in a little bit more.
So I know a little bit about it. Do you know anything about it, Aaron?
Yeah, I knew about their degrees.
Their degrees,
and,
yeah.
After you donate so much money and you prove yourself to it, then they introduce you to the freaky shit. What was it? Their god, alien god Xenu.
Xenu, and then,
Right.
but like, their whole thing is like on how to deal with like stress, and they believe that this like the negative alien that like died in like a fucking volcano or whatever.
Yeah, well, wasn't there? There's a whole bunch of dead aliens here,
there's-
presumably,
but,
right?
But they latch onto you,
and they feed off of positive
and they
energy.
feed
Alien
no,
ghosts.
They feed off negative energy.
Oh, okay.
And
So they keep you negative.
The
so
reason
that
why
you're
you go
a battery.
to the reason why, yeah, essentially you go to the church is because you go to like their church or whatever. You give them money, you help them like spread like the other word to help save other people.
Yeah.
And when you confess everything to these people, it like gets rid of them. It sends them back, and you become purer. Yeah. And that's like the main thing. Of course, they like don't want to talk about it, but it's like that's like their main thing. And it's written by a dude who's a fucking science fiction fucking writer, and then he wrote it all in a book, and they use it pretty much as their guidelines. Because afterwards, he's like, "Oh yeah, no, this is real. Yeah, this is
So
real."
did L. Ron Hubbard,
Hubbard.
did he create Scientology?
Yes.
Or did some other dude didn't just pick up one of his science fiction books and this was like, I gotta start
no.
a cult off of this?
No.
Yeah. No, it was him.
It was him.
He was
You
like,
think
I'm
one
gonna.
person was like, hey, did this happen? He was like, yeah.
Like, how did that conversation go?
He's like, "Yeah, actually, this is crazy, but yeah, this actually happened, and like this is on Earth."
Did he drink his own sauce? Did L. Ron Hubbard?
Oh yes.
He believed in this stuff.
Oh yeah.
And why did he believe it? Right?
Because
like, where?
no, you know
how
why he
did he
believed it?
convince himself?
He didn't convince himself. He realized.
Yeah, but
He didn't
how?
have to convince
How did-
himself. He truly
Like,
believed.
I want to know
He's just a crazy person.
what that yeah, what was that revelation like? What evidence did he supposedly did he see that caused him to be like, this is the truth? I fucking
through his
I
own
figured it
writing.
out."
Through his own writing, he found like
Oh,
divinity.
he thought he was channeling.
Yes.
This is right.
He was like,
Right,
"Oh, I
that's a
have a
whole new
message.
thing,
Everybody
right?
needs to know that this is the way it is."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
all of them are just getting
Convince
like
some of the most like powerful superstars in the world
And
that that's the way it is.
we're gonna really fuck up you Hubbards. As
Look up.
was L. Ron Hubbard channeling one of these negative alien ghost entities and not and any sort of divine.
It took over him at the start of the whole
Yeah,
thing.
he's like,
Yeah.
we gotta get it out.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of, remember going back to what we were just saying though, of like
Could've-
targeting specific groups,
Yeah.
Scientology was just the smartest. Like, let's just target super rich people.
Well, that's
that's
the thing. It's like that's the other thing is like their stages to go up and to go up. It's like, hey, did you donate? Did you donate?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, of course it's
people
stuff
have
like
like weekly and like monthly and like daily subscription almost to
Yeah.
like give them money, and it's like unbelievable. They're compound. I think in I want to say Los Angeles, but I'm pretty sure it's just in California. It's like a massive thing. There's like fucking security guards. It's like gated fucking community. And there's people who leave it that were like, oh my god, they would come to my house every day because you like live on the fucking thing sometimes.
Yeah.
And like, or especially when you're first joining, and you like they'll like come to your house and be like, hey, so tell me the worst things you think you've ever done in your life.
So invasive.
And like they get you personal, and then
Yeah.
you try to leave.
Did you put your name in the column?
Like there was one lady who said they left, and they threatened to be like, fine, we'll just show all this shit to the fucking, we'll just show this shit to the world.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, well,
blackmail,
blackmail,
like
with
trap
your
them, yeah,
confessions.
trap them basically.
Yeah, and my God, when this really hit, I don't know what it must have been in somewhere in just like the early 2000s when Scientology was like publicly just hit and everyone started
fucking
talking
Cruise.
about it.
Tom Cruise.
And they were revealing how like all these families are just falling apart from the inside and like how petty they are, and they would like mentally abuse people who left the cult.
Well,
to like they would stalk them and follow them to like stress them out and get them tweaking and
well,
you
make
know,
them think they're paranoid, and then it goes
Yeah,
back to the thing.
exactly,
They're like,
and then
they'll be
have-
like, "Oh, you got a bunch of fucking bad aliens on you." Like, you know, it's like,
They
oh,
have
you
a mental
they
breakdown
because they
afterwards.
would because they think they're like your teachings are fucked and wrong, and then you said like exactly they'd stalk them. And they'd be like,
Yeah.
no, you see negativity around. You think we're doing that, but we're not. It's like you just got a lot of
Gaslighting,
these.
yeah.
Yeah, it's complete
yeah,
gaslighting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there it is. What's that step? Was that
Number
step 4?
yeah.
Oh, so we're not there yet. We're not
We're not
there
there
yet.
yet.
You know what's
but-
interesting though, from the first point, these are the two flyers I had out when I walked by and grabbed, right? And it's literally entertainment. We're on TV now.
Yeah.
Entertainment, and then here's
Yeah.
all your problems.
So-
the puzzles and the entertainment, the two things that are
Yeah.
I like
the
on
intro things.
I like on both of these like pamphlets here. Like the first one is just like fucking like what's with them and like the fucking waves. Oh my god, there's a picture of them. Like
Oh
what a
my God. No,
But
look
it's-
at he's crafty. L. Ron Hubbard. That's
It's
a
crafty.
look at that. That's a crafty looking man there. I'm blocking all the light, but you can. Holy fuck. Look at
Elton
that.
Hubbard.
He's
That'd
got
be
the
the
But, like,
best,
here's-
cover band ever. Elton Hubbard. It's just Elton John covers with a Scientology twist.
So like
would so listen to
like
that.
reading this shit, like reading like just the front of this fucking shit, okay? It's obviously for Scientology channel. And it says like know yourself, be yourself with Dianetics, like
Oh,
that
that's it.
fucking system.
You're
like,
also unlocking the secrets of your mind. There's
Yeah.
a power play,
it's
right?
a total power
It's
play.
like you have these psychic powers.
But then they just say like
That
the
you can-
boldest statements inside Scientology. Meet a Scientologist. Voices for humanity. You're like, holy, what the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah.
Like completely fucking empty.
the discovery and anatomy of the reactive mind, engrams, the single source of all irrational behavior. So he's got it on lock, right? He's solved the world's irrationality.
Yeah.
He alone is the key to making
To
the
people
world
rational.
rational.
Yeah.
Yeah, to making the world a place that makes
So
sense.
this the way
aliens.
he did it with this
Aliens.
and with superstars, it's like getting back to that like that first step you talked about to like
Holy
get people
fuck.
like people like this guy. He had a platform just by default by being like, hey, you have money, like, right? Even people just like looking it up or people like curious. This is what's bad because people of weaker mind. I don't want to say weaker mind. People of a more subjective mind.
Well, that's the interesting thing is that you think that some of these like emotional needs, you're like, oh, it's only for people who are of weak mind.
But
it works on
everybody.
Everyone
Everyone.
has these needs. Yeah.
But it's like I guess the need between like people seeing like an emptiness or something in their life, and then those people who think that this is the answer, and the people who be like this is dog shit, right? So I say that line is like very like
Well, I think it's funny, interesting, like targeting celebrities specifically because they are people that are going to reach this big peak of success, and then when they get there, realize they still feel very empty, and like they're just waiting
Yeah.
for that point, basically, when they hit the top and be like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't feel the way I thought I was going to feel.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's
and
because
that's
of this.
kind of like his
Yeah.
targeted,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
well,
That's
some of it's the people in Scientology again like are the biggest superstars on the planet.
well, and who feel that after achieving their fame and
Oh, here's
and
some-
fortune, they're still not happy.
Yeah, like this is everything I wanted.
But here's the answer.
Yeah.
Shayla has some quote
So
from
that's
him.
great.
You don't get rich writing science fiction. You get what?
if you want to get rich,
If you want to get rich, start a religion. Wow. Organized religion tries to control, so therefore must be lying.
This is
What?
what he said.
He has a religion.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But like belief systems, fuck, oh god. I'd say they're a little bit more complicated than cults, because with cults it's like generally a person or like a type of belief. With
Yeah.
religions it's like a structure, like it seems more legit because it's so like structured.
Well, it's just a philosophy.
Yeah,
right? So
it's-
any philosophy is just like the structured belief going through, but like that's what these guys are trying to do essentially. Right? It's like a structured from start to finish. Right?
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, it really just comes down to why some are acceptable. I guess the real thing is how destructive they are in terms of like superficial things, because obviously like being spiritually destructive
crazy.
is hard to see in people.
Yes.
But if you take their money, you can tell that very easily.
yeah.
There's the Church of Scientology all over the world.
Yes.
They're everywhere.
All over
All
the
over the
world.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cults are all over the world.
Aaron, cults are all yes, of
We are
course cults are all over.
surrounded
Have you
by
heard about
cults.
this shit?
Have you?
Like-
do people fucking realize?
my
We are
God.
surrounded. We're surrounded by cults right now.
But let's continue with this. Sorry, we went off the Scientology
That's
there.
okay,
Let's
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
All right, we're in the third step. Is this?
No, I think we're
These
still
are still emotional needs.
Yeah, let's I
okay.
wanted like what are some more? Yeah.
Yeah. So here, this one is interesting. So they need to know things that they are not supposed to know, or that other people know that they don't. So this is an interesting thing that you don't really think about, but almost everyone has it. So there's another two-pronged point. People who have secrets, they feel a sense of superiority. We're revealing the secrets here today.
Yeah.
So anyone who has secrets, like immediately, like if you know a secret, like and you're in a room, people who don't know the secret, you feel like you're top shit in that room. Everyone knows that first
Ooh,
off,
yeah.
right?
So
Yeah.
they're selling the people this confidence. They're selling them
Yeah,
this
yeah.
power. It's like you're on the in now.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
You,
shit.
yeah, you know something that your friends, colleagues, people outside of the cult.
Yeah.
They don't know. They don't know the truth. So you're top dog now.
Yeah.
And it's
And on like a survival level, that comes back down again to your mind and reason being the way that you survive as a person, right? Like, so the more knowledge you know, the more apt you are to survive in that environment. Right? It's like literally a built-in survival instinct, right?
Yeah.
The second part to that, though, is people who do share secrets with you, again, implicitly, they must really trust you. If they're telling you a secret, they must really trust you.
Even
Right.
if the secret's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like holy fuck.
And so then just by natural reciprocation, you're like, I can trust this guy too, right? Like,
Yeah.
Right away.
Yeah.
Like, he trusts me.
I owe him a
trust him.
secret now.
Exactly.
Yeah,
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 Oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah.
Oh my god.
So they start getting those secrets in there.
Oh, yeah.
It starts getting devious here.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Devious.
Another human emotional need. The need to be right. This one's like
Yeah.
pretty obvious.
Yeah.
right?
People like being right.
Yeah.
That one is pretty straightforward. So basically, if someone has something that they feel is wrong with them, and they thought that, like, if you are a person who has felt, I know I have before, you like when I was younger, especially, like, I just kind of felt like out of place in the world. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like
Yeah.
I was like a wrong person. But then if someone comes in and like, hey, it's not you that right, it's everyone else that's wrong. It makes you right, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
whole belief. It's I forget what fucking movie, but it's like I think it's it has oh my god, Will Smith in it. It's thinking you're the last sane person on the earth make you crazy.
Oh, the one with the dog.
Yeah, the one with the dog, yeah.
Oh, I Am
Exactly.
Legend?
I am Legend.
But it's
Yeah.
like that thought process where it's like
So-
everybody else is wrong, like I'm right, like
Let's see. Is that a real? That has to be a real mental condition, right? Where you think you're the only sane
yeah.
person on the
No,
planet.
that's an ego
They
problem.
have a name for that.
That's an ego problem.
Yeah, to some people.
Fucking Christ. A whole chamber of secrets. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop it, Shayla.
Yeah.
Keep 'em coming, Jill. It's okay.
Fuck.
Show me your chamber of secrets.
Oh my god.
God, that is just crazy. And that, again, like we were, you're watching Harry Potter, looking at the Death Eaters, and you had Voldemort convincing people that, it's only the pure wizards get to live. They're the only right ones.
that's again,
and
it's
that
like,
they should be apex predators. And they just like, we're fucking wizards. Why are we hiding from the mortal world? We should just dominate all of them. That's our natural right as the superior species, right? And so I guess again that's a classic he's selling them power. It's like, no, and he's selling them the power of being right.
Well, that transitions
And,
into the last need, actually, which is the need to feel a sense of power. That is
Oh,
Yeah,
is it?
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Voldemort.
Yeah, fuck. Well, you're unique. You're special. Yeah, you're fuck. Oh my god. Yeah.
Well, like, especially too, like if most people are kind of just drifting, through the world, not really knowing what they're doing or what to do next. No sense of purpose or anything. And as soon as you give them a reason to live or to go.
I honestly believe, like, after being on this planet for as long as I have, I honestly believe that, like, that's something that I think everybody thinks they feel. Like, what's my purpose or what's my
Yeah.
I feel like everybody has that, and it's like almost like taboo to talk about. Like, it's like not something you're like, hey man, I don't know what I want to do with my life. Should I be important?
Yeah, it's weird because almost everyone, the majority of people feel that way. But yeah, you get kind of like if you bring it up.
Yeah, right. It's like
right,
because
loser.
it's like an uncomfortable thing to talk
Yeah.
about,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like it like is an uncomfortable thing to talk
Yeah.
about. It's like, I don't know what my purpose in life is, man. I feel like I don't have one. It's like people don't say that shit. You're like, whoa, what the
Well,
fuck?
here's the
Like,
here's the
you know,
thing.
like-
Here's the thing that nobody wants to talk about is, well, just that question in general. Is there a purpose? And it's like very interesting how I don't think like the human race in general, we can't live believing that we don't have a purpose.
Well, see, that's the thing is because
it's all of our steam
we-
is gone.
we
when
want to
when
feel, we're just another creature on the fucking planet, right? But we're like, oh, we have sentience, that means something. It's like, no.
Well, we know as far as we've seen, we are the only thing that does.
Well, that's
It's a
but
rational mind. Yeah,
but right. It's like the ability, like it's like it's ridiculous. It's like you have to give your life purpose. Like you don't know. Like
I think you do need to have purpose to have self-esteem, like you said, though, honestly. I think, like, whether or not it's something that's innately built into us or, like, instinct-wise, I think that to have really good, like, self-esteem, for me personally, I can't speak for everyone, but, like, without a sense of purpose, it's...
I mean, there's I'd say like sense of purpose can change.
Sure.
It can be something as simple as setting a goal for like a month or a week or even right.
Yeah. It's
But
just,
but
having
I like
no
giving your
direction
overall life a meaning is ridiculous to me.
I don't think so. I just think it's uncommon. I think it's very hard to get to
I-
for a lot
I-
of people.
I-
I don't think it's a ridiculous idea.
I don't think it's ridiculous.
I don't think you should be shunned for not having one, but I don't think it's
let me
ridiculous.
rephrase. I think that trying to understand what your purpose is in the world is redundant.
I would disagree with that as well.
Because it's like what like
Nothing
nothing.
innately believes that like the world is unknowable or that the mind
Yeah.
is not. Yes, I don't believe.
I'm
agnostic.
totally for that. I'm totally for that. It's like I find it difficult to with being like with my life circumstances the way they are. I very much so believe it's hard to be like I'm going to make a positive impact on the world. It's like no, it's like my positive impact would be like my friends that I hang out with and give like humor and like provide some entertainment and like also receive some and feel love and that's it. Like
I think deal with your small circles
Yeah.
first, right? It's like deal with what you have at arm's length.
Yeah.
Be a positive influence on that, and,
Yeah.
and reinforce. Like,
I don't
those
believe
people who are close
I
to
don't
you.
believe that my little life will make the biggest change in the world. I don't believe that's possible.
See, I think this is part of
No,
it. But I
it's
think that there's the default popular morality is part of the problem, and that is what's causing this. Because like the way you're saying it is like having a positive impact. So like, and that's how most people think that like to have purpose, it has to be a good thing for the world.
Yeah.
It just has to be good for,
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah.
See, yes.
Sorry,
Okay, that's where I was. Yeah, I don't.
We're on the same page that way.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
But yeah, I just believe it's impossible to make everybody happy, and if you're so worried,
Absolutely, yeah,
you shouldn't be so worried on that. You should be worried on making your life.
Just doing what makes you happy.
Happy,
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Well,
So
it-
these people are looking for the people who are like, I can make your life happy. I can give
Basically,
you that.
yeah.
Oh, hold on, we got some people here.
Yeah.
Does the Dunning-Kruger effect somewhat get into the idea of feeling special and having some information? I don't.
What's the Dunning-Kruger
I'm not gonna
effect?
lie, Ghost Block. I don't know what the fuck that is.
I don't know what
Dunning-Kruger
that
effect.
is.
Isn't that when you believe that you're really smart, but you're actually a stupid person? I believe that's what it is, right? Like you think that you're an expert on the topic, but you really aren't. Isn't it? It's something along those lines.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I may be mistaken on
The
that.
most intelligent people I've met in my life are the people who admit that they don't know enough.
Yeah, see, that's like, again, like that's a really common modern philosophy thing, thinking that the world is unknowable. Like the only way to be smart is to admit that the mind is completely impotent. And I disagree with that.
I don't believe that, but I just believe like it's there's a lot and not enough to figure it all out in one lifetime.
Okay. So the Dunning-Kruger effect is a hypothetical cognitive bias stating that people with low ability at a task overestimate their ability.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So pretty much
I
what
was
you
thinking
say.
in
Yeah.
terms of
It
intelligence,
is like
but
what you're
it's just
saying,
a
yeah.
misgauging
It's
of ability, sure.
it's with incompetent people pretty much to make up for that incompetency and give themselves the confidence to give themselves the self-esteem to go ahead with the task. So they have to think that they're the shit and that they're overqualified.
Yeah, I think definitely a lot of people.
You know,
Sure.
and yeah, I mean that's basic. Come on.
So sorry, what was your question in regards to that, Ghostfly?
I think they were just wondering.
Does that tie into the idea of feeling special and
The
having special information? No, I don't think so. Like,
I
you
don't-
should feel special in the sense that you are the person living your life, and your life is the most important thing in your life. So you are special in that way.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that everyone else has to feel that way.
I think if you need to live to feel like other people feel like you're special, you should
a recipe
you
for
should
disaster.
you should
Yeah,
be in
yeah.
a cult.
Come on over,
Like,
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good. Dunning-Kruger effect, not nearly as scary as the Freddy Krueger. Stop it. Jesus
Well,
Christ.
It's
That
his
was-
less popular brother.
It's less popular, brother.
Well, that was actually cool too in those movies, The Nightmare on Elm Street, because Freddy found like that. It was like that secret to like eternal life, living forever in like the dream world and shit. Like he was into culty shit. I
Yeah,
can't
well,
remember the specifics of that.
He
but-
fucked up badly because, like, rather than being like a nice dream world, he's like, I'm gonna live in people's nightmares. You're like,
Why would
dude,
you want to do that? Why would you
you're
want
like,
to do
why
that?
not like Sunshine and Rainbows or some shit?
Obviously, a sick individual.
Oh, off note. I had almost a nightmare last night.
Oh.
It was imagine like the old Resident Evil games, but it played like I think it was me. Like it looked like it was me.
Graphics were terrible. I didn't know
But it
where-
was
I didn't know
like
where
it
to
was
go.
like
It's fucking
Ocarina of
mansion.
Time or Majora's Mask, like that creepy shit. But everything was like Resident Evil-y. Like the walls were all fucking gross and people were weird and
Oh my god.
yeah, it's very strange.
Have you guys already talked about that big titty vampire on your show?
No, let's talk
Oh
about that.
my god, no.
Resident
I don't know
Evil 8.
anything about it. I
So-
just know the
Yeah, that's
interesting
Lady
part. Yeah.
Dimitrescu.
I'd actually made a beat for my brother, and he made a rap to it, and we have a rap. Please do, Keck. Okay, you want us to talk about Lady Darmoltrovic
Was it
or whatever?
Dimitrescu?
Okay, the only thing you need to know, okay? Here, okay, big mommy milkers, okay, big fucking mommy milkers. Crush your fucking face, crush your head, mommy milkers, okay?
Yeah, Lady Dimitrescu.
Dimitrescu.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. That's it. You people, the internet, like you see her and you're like, please stomp me to death.
Yeah, she's 8 feet tall.
No, she's
And-
like 8'7", idiot.
Yeah, like 8'7". Yeah, okay. Well, if you count the side, her tits adding to her height.
Yeah, no, her high heels.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big Dommy.
And she
big
needs the
mommy.
superpowers because, you know,
She's
my
a vampire.
god, that poor woman's back.
Oh yeah, no, she's strong. She don't care.
Yeah.
She don't care. She's like,
Yeah.
fuck you, man.
I love when
Dude,
she stalks you in the game. Come
Yeah,
to
she's like, oh, you filthy little man thing. And people playing the game are like, yeah, keep
Yeah.
calling me names. It's working. It's working
Yeah,
good.
I wonder how many people discovered that they had dominatrix fetish.
Oh, the
Playing
internet.
that game the
like,
first time, they're like, I just realized
50% of the internet.
I love this. Yeah, I just
50,
realized
like,
I love
easy.
feeling threatened by women.
Yeah, they're like, wow. Yeah, they're like, wow, this game's really scary, but I'm fucking, it's working.
Yeah,
like,
I'm hard.
Yeah, I'm hard.
I'm hard.
This game's hard and I'm hard.
Oh my god.
She's like, yeah, she like constantly ridicules you. She'd be like, ugh, like she'll get mad at you.
Yeah, Jay, what's going
Yeah,
on, man?
scare roused.
Yeah.
Don't say that, Squirrely. That's not a thing. Don't say
Scaroused?
squares. Don't say scaroused.
Um,
I hate that. You're like, wow, I'm afraid for my life, but I got a mean boner right now.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine you learn that you're being chased by like a serial killer, and you're like, you're like, stop, like stop it.
When you're being approached by cultists.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, please. I believe it's called a fear boner. You know what's fucked is that there's people, you know it. There's people that works for.
Yeah.
They're like,
They
oh
need to
my
be
God.
afraid to get hard.
Yeah, they're like, whoa.
Maybe. It could be you. Play Resident Evil 8. Find out.
You're like around the corner. You're like, boo. They're like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Oh god. Oh god, man, it's absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, fuck, that's fucking hilarious. But yeah, Resident Evil Village, very good. Mommy,
Big tats.
big mommy, me thirsty baby. Okay, anyways.
Perfect transition.
Yeah, perfect transition. Back into the occult.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or back into cults.
Yeah.
All right. So we're out of the emotional needs now.
Yeah.
So they got their attention. They're entertaining them. They're slowly building this connection by getting these emotional needs. And the people that are picking up on it, those are the people that are slowly drawn in closer.
Yeah.
Right? So then the next step, number 3, is isolating them first mentally and then physically.
So
Okay.
isolating mentally. So like we mean to make them feel alone.
Yeah. So
And then to
not
be
necessarily
alone.
to feel alone. So I kind of made it intentionally mystery invoking.
Okay, good.
Well,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
need to feel rejected by the outside world, right? So
Not
that
necessarily. It's more about just keeping their attention so no one else can take it.
okay.
Right? So like when you're still in this early phase, someone else could pull them away from it, could put in ideas to kind of screw up its progress. So they basically want to keep you thinking about them and the cult and the ideas even when you're not physically there. So they have to give you stuff to do, right? They'll give you like homework, like scripture to read and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So even when you're not around them, you're still thinking about them. You can't think about other shit, right? They're like trying to tie you up.
Oh,
mentally. Yeah.
Okay, hone their attention to everything you're saying.
So that's
Yeah.
that's isolating them mentally.
Mentally, yeah. And so, what do I have here? Again, the easiest way to do that is to have an enemy group.
Yeah.
So then literally anything that happens, like, you know who's responsible for this? Those guys.
Yeah.
So then the next one is, this is another mental isolation thing.
Mental
Okay.
isolation.
Predicting the future. Predicting the future. So not necessarily like Nostradamus per se,
Yeah.
but just like things that are going to happen in the near future. Just saying like, you know, this is probably going to happen. You know what I mean? Just constantly making guesses about what's going to happen and just peppering it out a lot. It's something that like most psychics do and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And it's like basic cold reading, right? It's just like people will automatically drop the stuff that didn't, and the things that do or could be manipulated to look like it was true, they latch onto really hard. Like, holy shit, he was 100% right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's super powerful when people are like, he must be really tuned in if he's calling all these shots before they're happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it feeds two things. One, it feeds in like kind of like almost like a metaphysical shit. It's like, whoa, they can do, gives them a supernatural presence, right?
Absolutely,
You're like,
yeah.
whoa, they
Yeah.
can. And the second one is it like it also feeds back to that first and second step, because they'll be like, holy fuck, this guy, he predicted it, like, right? So
Yeah.
it like kind of feeds
Starts
off
telling
the
his friends,
Yeah.
like, this guy's like calling these shots.
So
you know what I mean? Yeah.
fuck. I've there's a lot of the ones, especially like the religious ones, like Heaven's Gate or whatever. It's like predicting a type of future or predicting the future. Like
It doesn't have
it's
to be
used a lot.
Big things though, right? You see it all the time in politics and stuff like that. Like, you know, they're going to pass a bill at this, and then when it doesn't happen, no one says anything. When it does happen, they're like, they called it. They fucking.
That's
called it.
I don't know if you're on TikTok or not.
I am. Yeah.
I'm on TikTok and I watch a lot of people who like, talk about marketing or whatever. And there's one guy who keeps popping up just because it's like it's tailored to me.
The algorithm.
There's this Asian guy and he's like, I called this back in February.
Yeah.
And he's like, I called this. I'm like, I'm like, no, you're just you're guessing so many trends.
That's exactly it.
And then
Yeah.
one you'll get right, but his view count, like his like count, it's like 800,000.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy fuck. And then looking at his shit, I'm like, this guy's not a genius.
No.
He's literally just making calls.
Yeah, if you just make predictions all day, eventually you're going to get some right. And
Right.
you'll be like, look, I called this.
Yeah.
Every time I'm going to
Well,
be right again.
that's the
Yeah,
thing too, is
then
he-
you document
he
whatever
always-
you got right.
Exactly.
He always hypes himself up, like always. He's like,
Yeah.
I called this back in March. It happened. I called this. It happened. Like TikTok called. There is a weird.
Is TikTok?
No, TikTok is not a cult, but
TikTok
you can.
is a cult.
There's a lot of things on TikTok that like go down weird holes and shit, and like it's fascinating. Brandon, hey, it's the chess guy.
Yo.
Hey, Brandon,
This
what's going
dude's
on?
a fucking. Me and Aaron had a chess battle on a stream.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And this guy's like, oh hey, I joined because I saw you guys were playing chess, and he like made like a website for like how to like chess strategies and all this shit, and set it up for me and Aaron because we have another chess battle coming up.
Yeah.
And this guy's like been like, I'm gonna make you guys really good.
Cool.
Yeah,
fucking
but
awesome.
Nick's getting all the advice first, and then we're gonna see how it goes against my untried hands,
Okay.
and we'll see how badly I'm gonna lose.
So no shit, the last two chess games we had, we both ended in a draw.
Yeah, both of them.
How is that fucking?
Yeah.
That's like not staged, like actually trying to beat. And then the last game we played, I almost beat Aaron, and he just kept moving for
One piece
for
until
turns.
yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna win,
Yeah.
and I didn't pay attention. And Aaron, he timed me out. We went turns out.
Fuck.
I'm awake at 4 a.m. because I'm traveling to a chess tournament. Haha,
Oh,
see,
man,
fuck.
good luck.
Good luck in your
Good
tournament,
luck.
Brandon. Good
Good
luck,
luck.
man.
That's awesome. Dude.
I know you got it. We're rooting for you.
Brandon,
We're
who's
rooting for you over
who's
here.
the best chess player in history, in your opinion?
He is the best chess player in history.
Is it you?
Yeah. he's
My Brandon, I don't know if
Yeah.
you know, but my favorite chess
Bobby
player is
Fischer.
actually probably Ludwig. I don't know if you saw, but he has a great elo. He's a very good player. Very good player.
It's probably Bobby
yeah?
Fischer, right? It's gonna
Yeah.
be Bobby Fischer.
Is there
That's the only name I know.
They,
I keep saying
they don't
Bobby
they don't
Fischer.
they don't know who Ludwig is, so it's funny. It's a meme. It's
Ludwig.
funny.
He did like the classical stuff. Right?
No, that
Oh yeah,
that was
Ludwig is
Vaughn.
better than manga. Exactly. Thank you.
that-
See, you get it. He watches him.
That was Lud Vaughn.
No. It's just he watches him. He
Beat
gets it.
Evans.
He's just a streamer who went on chess and just fucking. It was funny as shit. It's funny. Anyways, back to Brandon. We're talking about cults today.
Yeah, we're talking about cults today. Yeah.
So we went over mental isolation. So what's physical? I would assume that's pretty obvious, but I
Yeah.
assume there's more fucked up shit to it.
This is like the transition, is shared experiences. That's when you transition from mental to physical, and that's just like kind of again related to the first one, just having regular events. So like we're having a free training, we're having a party, like Manson would be like,
Yeah.
come hang out with the girls, listen to music,
Yeah.
weed, man, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like regular events where you're just there a lot. So
It is a cult.
What's it called?
He said chess.
Yeah.
and then
Chess
from
is a
this
cult.
point, this is when they start to kind of pick out people to actually physically isolate, like take them to their compound or whatever. And I think
To be part of like the family.
Yeah,
To go
exactly.
live on the ranch.
yeah, the actual
Right.
induction. Right?
Yeah.
So I think a really common misconception is that like cult leaders are some like super magical guys that they're just like so charming that like anyone in the room they're gonna hypnotize everyone, right? But it's really not the case. There's like they'll talk to like 100 people and like maybe 5 will be like interested enough.
Yeah.
And then of that maybe 1 they
Yeah.
would actually do. So it's actually more of a numbers game really.
Well, I think that numbers game would be like at first, like we talked about marketing. I think, yeah, you talk to 100, maybe 5 good, maybe 1 stays, but that 1 can potentially bring you 10.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, 100%.
Because then now they know they have their mindset and the way they are. Then they talk to their friends who are kind of like them.
Yeah, exactly. Usually
Right?
people hang out with similar minded.
And so then they're like, yeah. So once you get that 1, once you latch on to 1, that's like you. What do they call them? Like strong players. It's like, oh, they're the people who will vouch for you no matter what.
Yeah.
Right. And so like once you have 1 or 2, even once you have like 10, it's like a solid number because then it's like these 10 people will talk about this so much.
Yeah.
And that's when you build. Yeah.
Just compounding on itself, 100%. And I think this is like the big thing with it though is like it has to be them coming to you. That's the whole thing.
Yeah,
Stop.
I'm gonna come to your compound.
Yeah.
I want you to
He is
physically
magical.
isolate me.
He is magical.
Yeah.
Oh my God! What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah. You ever been tied up? Shit.
What the fuck?
Physically isolate me.
Physically. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
That's
We're
fucked.
past the
But,
mental part.
Past it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why though. Like when people are brainwashed, they always say, "No, I wasn't brainwashed," because like, no, I decided to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why they'll just pick the very few people that are coming forward.
Yeah, because it was their choice,
Exactly.
and they're
Yeah.
feeling empowered
Yes.
to make more
Well, I
choices.
think
It's
this
the
is- I
opposite.
think-
No, I made all these decisions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's like the whole
Yeah.
thing from the start is to make people feel like they're in control.
Absolutely.
That's like
Yeah, yeah.
the best form of control is making other people think they're in control.
yeah.
That is the
Yeah.
best. That is the best form of control.
empowering them.
Yeah.
So, like I'm like I'm gonna go spend time with this person because they empower me.
Yeah.
They empower me all the time. I mean,
And I made that choice to let them do that.
you know,
Like,
again, and that's manipulation. Like that's ultimately that's good. Is like being a charismatic person is good.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Empowering people you care about is good. You know, having friends is good. This is just psychotic people whose key goal is to manipulate these people into selling their shit, into worshipping them.
Yeah.
And into them having their own army that they control. It's just this megalomania kind of shit.
Yeah.
So they're abusing very natural things that are good and commonplace in the world,
And
with
using it for-
that goal, with the psychotic game,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so what's the next step here, Bill?
Oh yeah. What's the next step?
We'll go through them pretty quickly here.
Well, don't worry. We got still have lots to talk about after.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that moves on to number 4, where we talk about gaslighting.
Gaslighting.
Yeah. So now they're isolated physically. They're in the compound, the commune,
Oh,
whatever.
shit.
Right? And then this is when the gaslighting starts. So I assume everyone knows what gaslighting is.
Let's give some examples
Yeah.
of gaslighting.
Gaslighting is basically just like making a person question their own sanity and making them question reality and their own judgment, and just making them feel like really like that they're not mentally fit to make their own judgment calls about the world.
And then you make them dependent on you.
Exactly.
I think
Yeah.
like that. There's also like simpler like gaslighting, where it's like even like relationship
Yeah.
problems,
absolutely.
where it's like, well, you did this,
Domestic
and you did. It's
gaslighting?
like, you know, like the
Yeah.
moment. Yeah, it's like the moment you're like, hey, you didn't take out the garbage. I asked you. It's like, well, you didn't do this, and you fucking didn't do this, and you were always telling me to do stuff, but it's like, you know, that's also
Yeah, and
like,
you convince the people, like family members do this to each other, spouses
Oh,
do
yeah.
it to each other. This is actually it's actually again another commonplace thing, just utilized by one certain individual who's like, I can set this up in a plan. And
Yeah.
okay, hold on.
use it
There's
to a bunch of
hold on,
people.
guys. There's a paragraph. I went
Oh,
to
shit.
go to Nevada to Chester and open, but couldn't travel because of stupid Rona. Aw, sorry to hear that, dude. That's fucking dumb.
So-
I listened to this podcast about this one cult about a woman who wanted children as her cult members, and she would drug them with LSD and place them in pitch black rooms when they. What the fuck? They what?
wait.
When they were at their peak,
Whoa.
she would burst
That
in.
would be quite intense.
She would burst in
Oh
all
my-
white with a white light behind her to imitate her being godly.
No, see, so that seems uncommon, but Charles Manson, like we keep bringing up Manson, he would get everybody high on LSD and like reenact crucifixions, like gory crucifixions of himself in front of people.
What?
Oh yeah, like while they're all
What?
tripping on LSD, and
Dude,
he
I
would,
never heard that.
He would like ask them really existential questions
Yeah.
about their life and shit, and he'd like, yeah,
Actually, that's-
drug,
Sorry, go ahead, finish that.
drugging people is a very common thing in cults.
Yeah, well, especially in the '60s.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, where
You know,
everybody wanted
everybody
it.
was doing LSD anyway. There's no harm, no foul.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
guy can't trick me.
Yeah.
This guy, yeah.
That ties perfectly, Nick, into the first example of it which is just questioning them constantly.
Yeah.
Just like constant questioning, and just like, you know, like, how sure are you of that? You know what I mean?
Well,
Like, and you can do it for like even just people like around you. Like if you do something like the example they gave in the book was like, if you go up to someone and you're like, hey, where's pizza originated? Or like Italy, and then you just make a face like it was Italy. You're like it's Italy, right? So they'll start looking at
Yeah,
it. Like,
yeah,
it
they
is, I'm
don't
pretty
know.
sure it's
Yeah,
Italy.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
start questioning it right away. Like,
There you go.
I'm quite sure it's Italy, right?
That's gaslighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's because like this is a little more complex, but it's because most people, the way they don't have a solid philosophy, right? There's like modern philosophy is very subjective, and it's not organized or structured at all. Everyone views everything by a case-by-case basis, right?
Yeah.
So nothing's integrated. So basically, yeah, like people don't really feel confident in their knowledge because they learn about it from hearing about it, either from the group or from people that they trust, and they just accept it on faith, basically.
Yeah.
Everyone is saying it, so it must be true. Someone must have done the work because everyone's very confident about this,
Yeah.
right? And then when you question them, well, why is that? They're like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I actually don't know. Yeah.
So we've talked about it briefly on the show before. Bill, did you know that you eat 7 spiders a year in your sleep?
I've heard people say that. Is that actually true?
So that was a test.
We're gonna find out by sleeping in a garage tonight.
No, fuck no.
And live stream.
Fuck no, we are not doing
And
that.
then we're gonna.
But that
Start the
everyone
cult,
in the
the
chat,
spider
I would assume there's I see people here. You've heard that, right? You've heard you eat 7 spiders a year in your sleep, right? You said you've heard
I've
that before.
that, yeah.
So what that was a test on a study of the internet to see how long a rumor would take to get spreaded from the internet to get to every country on the world.
No
every
way.
country, yeah, every country. And if it concluded in 2013 where it got to every single country and every single like fucking city in that country where it was like a normal thing.
That was
so
a-
even in
that was a
Africa,
test?
yes, it was just a test.
Who do you think was doing the test?
Some
Right, was it a person or
I
was
need
it the
to
government?
look into it, but it's like it was like a government study.
It was a
It
government
was like
official.
it was a university through a government, like how.
Okay, yeah.
But it was like, how long would it take with the internet communication? How fast? And even though we randomly, like even in 2013, we still had smartphones and shit. But I'm pretty sure it was 2013. It might have been 2009 where it concluded. But we still had smartphones in 2009. Like,
wow.
but that's how long it took to get to everywhere on the world, even if they don't have the internet. That was like the main thing. It was like if we spread
So
this
it's
through the
false.
internet, it's false, completely false.
Yeah.
But it was like this is how fast, and yeah, that's.
Yeah,
what
I
it-
didn't even know that. I literally
But-
lived up till today believing.
But
that
it was a
true.
thing that people would just believe because you tell them that and you'd be like, "Whoa, that's fucked up," and be like, "Yeah, the average person
It's
eats
attention
7
grabbing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it was just like, "Oh fuck," and people. It wasn't a fact that people would like. it was honestly so kind of believable that you'd be like, oh yeah, I guess so, and like not look it up, but
Right,
like,
yeah.
it was like look it up and you'll realize what the fuck it is, and
Yeah.
nobody ever cared for it, which is
100%.
very strange. But like you're saying, yeah, like pizzas from China, bro, pizzas from Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like nobody ever just like they just see that as face fact. They're like,
Yeah.
I guess yeah, that makes sense. Italy, yeah, they like pizza or tomato sauce.
get tomatoes
It's
everywhere.
like pizza's an American thing. Just look it up. Just take your phone out, look it up. It's
Yeah.
like, you know. But then
Yeah.
also there's also facts. I've had it before where someone's told me something so confidently. I guess this goes into the Dunning-Kruger effect that Joel that Ghost Block was talking about. Sorry, where it's like, yeah, there's people they'll tell you something and you believe it so confident. They're like, whoa, you're really confident in this, like.
Yeah, there's a whole category of confidence and
And,
comment, and that's
and
their
then you're
whole
like,
thing is
then you're like,
it's-
yeah, fuck. You're like, that seems right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's crazy. Like, yeah, that dude sold the Eiffel Tower twice. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You never heard about that?
No.
He was a guy who sold the Eiffel Tower 2 times to 2 different people. Yeah.
What?
He went around to different scrap metal places.
Yeah.
And then he was like, it's falling apart. We're gonna tear it down, rebuild it. We'll sell you the scrap metal for however much. Like, and he had a bunch of people all in a room. They all did an auction, and he took the highest one. And then he was even so brash about it. He was so smart about it being like a con game that he's like, I'm gonna have to take a bribe. You know what I mean? Like, he's still money on top of the
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
he's
What?
stealing. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he did it 2 different times. But yeah, confidence is just an insane. You just assume they did the work. If someone is very confident, you're like, they must have looked it up. Otherwise, there was no way they could be so confident saying that.
Well, I think with these cults too, especially because these people not necessarily, I believe in like most of the cases aren't mentally sound, like this guy even fuck.
Well,
where it's
especially
like
the followers.
where it's like you believe your own lies, so when you tell it, you're way more confident because you're like, no, this is real shit. I can fucking tell you the future.
Yeah.
I know when this shit's coming, and then you're like, oh, like they believe it for themselves, and you're like, oh, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Like I guess you're right. That's fucked up.
That's totally fucked up. It's dangerous shit.
It is dangerous shit.
Like,
But the thing to take away from this point is, if you see news and you just read the headline, you're opening yourself up to
Susceptibility, yeah.
Bring them up. Read the actual article.
Yeah. the other oh fuck, that's pissed me off, Aaron. Fuck.
what?
Well, I tried to open this article the other day from like not Bigsby, I forget what the fuck it's called. What's it called? Whatever this fucking thing is, the Samsung bullshit. And I went
Okay.
to read, and there was something. Everything's about COVID and all this shit, but there was something, and I just clicked on it to try to start reading the article. And as I was reading the article, more ads would load in between the article, and I kept scrolling and more ads, and I'm like, fuck, like I just want to read the fucking article.
Yeah.
And so I close it and don't care. I'm like, I
That's
hope you
what I
made your
do
ad
too.
money. Like.
Yeah.
It's a piss off, but that's something completely different. But yeah, it just pissed me off.
You know who also used LSD? I think was Aleister Crowley.
He was
a
he was
frequent user
he used
of LSD.
like
Yeah.
he was a weird fucker. That guy.
Do you know? I don't think his.
I don't know that much about it.
Yeah, no,
we
he-
watched a really good. Like how long was that? Maybe like 2 hours. It was like through a bunch
Yeah,
of videos.
yeah, we watched
Like
long
a doc.
documentary.
This has been like 2015, but like he was like fucked up. He was fucked up. He like believed what he went to like Egypt or whatever, and
Yeah,
he like believed angels spoke to him, and then
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh my
yeah,
god!"
he had his own angel, Iwas, I think it was the angel's name, that talked to him. His cult was called Thelema, which is pretty much an offshoot of like Hermetic philosophy.
Okay.
He was part of the Golden Dawn back in the day when these were the people who took like all the like the Eastern mysticism and stuff. This is when this was like hitting Europe because they had migrants coming over and stuff.
Yeah.
And what they were doing was they were trying to like assimilate these like Eastern spiritual practices into like a sort of pseudo-Christian model.
Right.
And yeah, it turned out well to be completely fucked up. Everyone was interested in it. The Queen was interested in it. Royalty, like
Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
this is like a huge deal. And it was around the same time, I guess.
Shayla, there are parallels. However, we cannot talk about that on the stream.
Oh, well, you got booted for that.
We can't talk about that on the stream, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
It is. See, it is that,
But
and
that's another
that
thing I
is.
can't say, yeah.
it is very interesting, but we can't talk about it,
Got a
unfortunately.
third thing I can't say.
So yeah, so Aleister Crowley, he was actually very smart. He was one of the best in these Hermetic orders. He was one of the most knowledgeable people. He fought a lot with them frequently, but eventually he just ended up leaving, like a couple of them do, and starting his own offshoot. Like he's doing, it's like, no, I know this more than you guys. I started my own cult, right? And so he did that, and then that's when it got weird, because that's when he started doing the LSD and stuff. And I forget, he had like a cabin.
He had a cabin somewhere,
some-
I believe somewhere in England.
Yeah.
And then he would bring people there, and
Then he had a place in Italy. There's like a house in Italy, actually.
that's where pizza's from, actually.
That's where, yeah. I heard that. Is it though? Is it? Is it?
It's from China, bro. It's from China.
Is it?
I don't know, bro.
It says in the chat. Pizza's from China, bro.
Oh, okay. It says it in the chat. But yeah, Aleister Crowley, he had this house in Italy where he took people and then he'd get them all fucked up on LSD. He'd like lock them in
like
a
a
black
cabin
room and shit.
He did everything like we're saying. He
Yeah.
drug them. He would scare them. He'd be like, ask them questions about their life, and then he'd be like, I know, and they'd have like rituals and shit.
Yeah.
And rituals for physical like people. It's like the same thing as like baptism. You know, people like shake and they're like, they have an actual physical reaction to things. Because
Yeah.
when you believe it enough, it's like, and then it just makes it more all the more powerful for bystanders. They're like, why are they like they look like they're having a seizure? They're like, no, they're becoming enlightened. You're like, holy, you're like, holy fuck! Like, it's powerful.
I've seen auras, yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
Or confuse people. It's like, hey, squint your eyes or hold on to your eyes. You see those colors. It's like that's like fucking magic and shit. You know, it's just like, it just gets people.
Yeah, that's your power.
Yeah, that's your power. Yeah.
So here's a question.
Yeah.
It's really obviously popular using LSD to try to brainwash people.
Yeah.
But do you think that's actually effective, or do you think the people that are prone to taking LSD are just more like open to suggestion in general?
So, that's
I think
a
they just have
fucking
a
good
more
question.
I've taken acid a
powerful
bunch of times,
experience.
and I've never had like a life-changing metaphysical shift or anything
I've-
like that.
I think you need to be guided through it,
You think
right?
so?
Like,
Yeah.
like someone needs to be putting this shit in your head while you're
Really
high. 'cause
solid argument.
I think what it is you're just, when you're on LSD, is your mind's just open to suggestion.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. So
I think
Yeah.
I think to be fair, if someone was like wearing like a fucking black robe and put me in a dark room and I was fucking high on LSD and then came in there like, I'm here to save you, I'd be like, please.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
Like,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Right?
fair enough. Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, I don't like the song, guys. Can we change it, please? Like, you know, like, really, what? Big Brother is running things. That is correct. The Twitch is owned by Amazon, by the way, and Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. So,
I love Amazon. Just throwing that out there.
hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I fucking love Amazon.
I actually do. I'm not joking.
I'm not joking
I know I'm
at
not
all.
supposed to talk about this.
Jeff Bezos?
No, you can. You can on here. You can on here. I am all for Amazon and everything.
Pro Bezos.
I am too.
yeah.
I'm not joking. Actually, I'm
People are like, how could you be? They steal your data. I'm like, good. They can give me things I want better.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. When we were talking,
We talked about that in another episode.
the Taylor dads.
Yeah, we talked about that in a different episode.
Should we shift to the next one?
Yeah, let's shift to the next
What
one.
about, here you guys, but
Oh.
here's a new pitch. What if we have tailored cults?
Taylor calls.
We advertise the
Oh my god, it's like
we have a helm company. We don't just have one cult; we have many. It's like, this one doesn't work for you. It's like, we'll try this other cult we have, and
it's like
multi-corporation.
Yeah, of
different
cults.
branches.
it's like Christian mingle,
Yeah.
but
You
like
can't lose.
not for like Christian single
Cult
meeting.
mingle.
It's like cult mingle.
Yeah,
it's
you
like
can meet-
you're like,
meet-
I believe in this, and I believe pizzas from China, and then it's like join us.
Meet the love of your
Like
life.
loves.
Yeah, they're loves. Yeah, polyamorous sex
Polyamorous.
magic.
Most of them, most cults are. They're like, yeah, fuck, lots of like a lot of them, because again, that power. A lot of the cults, even that Nuix one, or where NX, you guys heard of that one?
No.
It was like a
No,
pyramid
I didn't.
scheme. A lot of it's like a man leader, particularly a man leader, like having sex with a lot of female like followers.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them. It's a power thing.
Yeah. 100%.
It's a
Right.
power thing.
Is there any female cult leaders?
Whoa, you know,
Oh,
I don't
there has
know
to
of
be.
any prolific cults
The
personally
Oracle
that
of
have
Delphi.
female.
Delphi.
The
Aaron.
Oracle of Delphi. Yeah. What?
Oh. MK Ultra had discussed pretty. Yeah, exactly. Right. It's weird because every time I think it
Yeah.
relies on the setting you're doing it in, because it's like.
Well, like that with MK Ultra, it's like, was it successful though? I know they broke their brains, but like, were they actually successful in achieving the objective they set out to do?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm legitimately asking. I'm not too sure. Brand loyalty and customer.
Well, that was just like the Winter Soldier stuff.
Yeah.
Brand
you know,
loyalty
all
and
they were-
customers is mono. That's a. I like this.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the whole point, Shayla, of this
Yeah,
book.
that's
It's like
it.
it's that's what it's trying to do. It's trying to take these kind of things and apply it to marketing. That's
It
like
is.
the whole point of that.
It
So,
is.
so
That's
if,
exactly
if
what
you
it
even
is,
think
yeah.
about the people who were like on top, A lot of people who are leaders and prolific like businesses, generally people will find them as like cold. They don't have to be as charming as much as their brand, right? Their brand can be charming for them. But
charming for different reasons.
Charming
Being a leader, right?
But but being leader, people will be like they're cold, they're calculated, they're like sociopathic, you know, like they're like they don't have to. They're like, this is what I do and make money. I don't care who I burn along the way. Like, you know, it's like, and a lot of them are like that. But you know, to save face, they're like, oh, our company has values and we believe in our customer. And like, people love hearing that shit. But I'm like, why?
No, but in this day and age, are we not all a little too privy to that? We expect that. We expect to hear that from every marketing. Like, we care about you, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Like, it's at the point where it's like, I know you don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't think anyone ever.
No one buys that.
See, that's like a good thing to like question to bring up because it's everybody still does it. They're like they still have their core beliefs or their core values, and they're like, we respect and want the customer. It's like customers don't want to hear that. They just want a good product. Like, they don't care what, like, a lot of companies have, like, a belief, which is good for them.
Is it easy for me? Does it make my life easier?
Yeah.
And is it reliable? Does it do what I want to do? As far as any product is concerned, that's it. We don't really care for the bullshit, I don't think.
I don't care for the bullshit.
No.
I think a big problem is that a lot of places are just so much of marketing. Like, 90% of marketing is just people mimicking what other people are doing, right? And like, there's so few legitimately innovative and original people in marketing. Everyone else is just copying each other, right?
Yeah.
And I think the big problem is that there's places that are like Coca-Cola and stuff like that who have these multi-billion-dollar marketing budgets, and they can just do crazy shit like, we're Coca-Cola and we love you, and it doesn't matter if it works or not because they're fucking Coca-Cola. They can just throw billions down the drain, and then people copy that, not knowing it doesn't really work, and that's why you get shit like that.
Yeah.
Some big companies doing it who was not even profitable in their marketing campaigns. Right?
Well, that's the thing. It's like, and a lot of those people, like higher ups or really big companies, it's like they just still want everyone to know they exist when everybody still does. But then they'd be like, oh look, this quarter we saw a 3% increase and we ran this ad. It must be working. It's like, no, it's just it became fucking spring.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like
do split tests and stuff like that. So just random variables will affect it. Like if it's good, it's because of us. If it went down, it's random. You know what I mean?
Coke's a good one because Coke did something that not a lot of people have done in marketing, and they made something completely not related to a drink at all. It's related to a drink. If I say polar bear and Christmas, you're like, Coke.
Yeah.
What the fuck does
whack.
Christmas or polar bears have to do with fucking Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
But everybody loves them. They're like, oh, the polar bears. Like, it's like, what the fuck?
It's fish.
Well, it's interesting too.
Like,
then Pepsi, Pepsi was
That
smart.
was Britney Spears was Pepsi, not Coke. Yeah.
They were smart enough not to try to do the same thing. So like, what's the opposite? And we're like, hey, we're the anti-tradition. We're the new generation.
New generation.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's
the best strategy is like counter strategy is just the opposite of what the big guy is doing, right?
And I feel like it works, but also like there's a few good ads that do something, or like the ads like you see them in movie theaters where it'd be like a family eating, and then like a family like looking outside, and then like a family on a vacation, and then it like fades to black and it's like Jeep. You're like, what the fuck? And it's like someone was paid and was like, you have $1 million budget.
Yeah.
You have a $10 million budget. Make a commercial. And they're like, Jeep, find your place. You're like, what the fuck? You know, like it's just like, it means nothing.
No. Realistically, the easiest thing to do is just to tie it back to those emotional needs, just to somehow associate your product to one of those things.
That's the thing. Someone's like, I want a family and I want a vacation, and then they're like, oh, Jeep can do that for me. You gotta what?
Run to the washroom real quick.
Wow. Normally when Aaron leaves,
don't talk about me.
I get real close. I say some shit about Aaron.
All right,
So Aaron, if you guys don't know, Aaron actually shit his pants yesterday. It was gross. It was disgusting. It smelled like poop. Dude, most shit smells like poop, Bill.
Oh, is that true?
Did
you read that in a headline?
Actually,
or did you read the facts?
I'm telling you. Okay. Fuck. I know.
You smelled poop before.
I've smelled poop before with my nose.
Okay, shit. Okay.
Not up close. Like, that's weird.
That would be weird.
But close enough. It's pungent.
When you have poops, do you have sour poops normally, or do you
Sour
have
poop. So, I learned something actually. Here's a cool fact. When you have diarrhea or runny poop, and you're like, oh, it burns a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know why it burns a little bit?
I
Everyone's
know.
like, oh, it's taco, it's the spices.
Is it like a tear in your butthole? Or
No,
something
so it's actually your body trying to digest itself. It's
acid.
so it's because your body's getting rid of everything really quick. It's really
Yeah.
full of liquid. It actually has some like still has some like stomach like. That's why when you have diarrhea, you generally don't feel too great.
Right,
You can have
right.
diarrhea and feel normal, but when you poop, you're like, oh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
And it's because your body's like the stuff that's in your like stomach acid.
I just got it out of my body.
But it's been filtered a little bit. When it gets to that ring, it gets to the outside. It's like, ooh, what are you doing? And you're like, your outside's not supposed to touch this stuff from your inside.
That makes sense.
I read that. I watched that in a YouTube video. So
There you go.
fact check me.
Now you know.
Fact check me, guys.
Yeah.
Now, Aaron just shit. Now he's smoking.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go into our next point here, shall
Yeah.
Yeah. Next point. Next point.
we? Pointing out unseen problems. So this one is like when a person, again, this is now we're indoctrinating. So this is where they're taking some of those things like, anxiety, and they're making it just the iceberg of a really big, complex thing that they never thought of before, but then when they say it, they're like, oh, it's very obvious that that is the case. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether or not it's actually true, as long as it sounds like it could legitimately be it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so then, of course, like they are the person like, oh well, no one else has put it this way before. That makes complete sense. That this is why this is happening. The only person who knows the answer then is this person because they're the only one talking about it. So you kind of get sucked in. You start listening more, and you're learning how to solve these problems, right?
Yeah.
And constantly planning more all the time. And then this kind of is, as they go further and further into that, it goes to the next point, which is introducing the mysterious. So that's when the crazy shit starts coming
This is
in.
the good
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
It's where, like, the whole point is to kind of overwhelm you to the point. They gaslight you to the point where you are completely questioning reality, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's real anymore. And they're like, I'm going to give you this whole new system, and it's going to introduce some weird shit in there. But it has to be kind of mysterious stuff, right? Magical machines, like the Dianetics that'll
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Stuff like that. But the comets from Halley from Heaven's Gate,
Yeah.
right? But it's interesting to note that this is how far in the process it is. Like, if they just came up to you the first time they met, and they're like, so, Xenu, right? You'd be
Yeah.
like, fuck this
You'd
guy.
be like, what
Yeah,
the fuck?
yeah.
So it's very systematic, right? They got to break you down to that point first, then they can start introducing some of this crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
So that's where that comes in at that
So
point there.
my question earlier, like, do you think like these cult leaders, like they go in like knowing the system, or do you think just by the way they're being, that they like kind of follow the steps and don't really realize it, but they're just so good at getting people to follow them or control them that they just follow this
Yeah.
behaviorally, like naturally.
Yeah, I don't think they're like following like step like a
Yeah,
on the side of a box.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
that'd be like an extra step of crazy. Trying to be crazy
Yeah.
is like another like just a weird crazy.
What do you
right?
mean?
Like people like wanting to do this but like not having it, or like doing it instinctually or like by default. You'd be like step one, be like, hey, fuck, like trying to start this shit. That's like a different type of fucking crazy. You're trying to be crazy.
Just, like,
That's
sit
insane.
down. Yeah.
Like,
But yeah, that's where fuck. I lost I had something I was gonna say there, but that's okay. But yeah, the key with that is it has to be within a very complex system. Still,
yeah.
you can't introduce that stuff with like just by
Right.
itself.
No,
has to be
because
part
it
of
would
a big-
again. That's
It
when
has
you're
to be
like, this
part of
guy's
something
crazy.
overwhelming so
Yeah.
that they can't immediately
Exactly.
reject it.
Exactly.
It's too
Yeah.
big for them to reject.
100%.
So then you're just led into that, and of course at that point you've already invested so much time into a big cult, like Scientology or something like that, where
Hi, mama.
it's like they give you the crazy shit at the end of it, and then you're like, well, do I reject this because it's been working for me my whole life?
Yeah.
So now at this point, can I reject it? I guess I just have to accept what this person's telling me.
Yeah.
Right? Because they've been right so far.
Yeah.
And
That's what's stream is going laggy. Is it laggy?
That's an interesting part though. Is like, and this is also another thing that.
Oh, it might be a little laggy. Just bear with us for a moment.
He'll catch up.
oh,
It'll catch up. Yeah.
That's another like thing that's kind of marketing related though too, is that like you'll often see a really powerful technique is if you're writing content is to constantly bring up things that you both see, and that's kind of like the shared experience kind of thing, because then it's like, okay, we're both living in the same world, we're seeing the same stuff, you give your opinion about it, and if you guys are lining up all the time, like every time they see content, we're seeing the same thing, we're thinking the same thing over and over and over and over and over, we're on the same page, and then when some new concept comes up, they're like, oh, I don't know anything about this, but we've been on the same page the whole time. I'll just take his word for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how you start introducing. new
Yeah,
concepts.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like the fact that the Smoking Network is the greatest fucking thing you guys have watched, right?
Yes.
This is the greatest platform for a talk show you've ever seen in your life.
100%.
This is the greatest show.
Speaking of the best show in the world, not actually. Do you guys know who Alex Jones is?
Oh,
Yeah.
my God, we've talked about him on the show
Okay.
briefly because a lot of his
Yeah.
shit is pretty controversial.
Yeah.
But we've reenacted shit like fucking like there's fucking chemicals in the water that are turning the fucking front. Like he's so. It's funny because I watched he was on the Joe Rogan podcast like last year.
Yeah.
And then I still watch some things with him just because I find him entertaining.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think he's fun to watch.
Entertaining guy.
Right?
Yeah,
he's super
exactly.
energetic and
Yeah.
super passionate about what he's talking about.
Yep.
Actually, speaking about cults and everything, and Alex Jones,
Yeah.
his first big break was when a company paid him to infiltrate Bohemian Grove.
Oh, yeah. Him personally?
Him personally.
Okay.
And he stayed under a bridge until nightfall and just kind of came up. And then he like had a camera in and another guy had a camera in. And he went...
Was that Masons?
No.
Yeah, no,
So that was a bunch of political leaders, like from America. Like a bunch of senators.
Crossbones, right?
And
That's what it
and
is.
no, it's not. It's
Yeah,
it's
there's
more
a-
fucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. The Skull and Bones dudes do go there. Yeah,
But
like-
they went through, and it's all like this is real. Like that's what's creepy about it
Yeah.
is it is real. They went and there was all these people in a hood at night. There was a bunch of like prostitutes from like all the cabins, like male and female, and like they all tried to deny it. He's approached some people that he met on the street there and be like, "Hey, you were here." And the one senator he went to, I think he was a senator, maybe a governor, and he went and he spoke to him and he's like, "So what were you doing there? And where were all these prostitutes?" He's like, "You were not invited to that. Why are you talking about this?" And he's like, "So you made it happen?" He's like, "Well, you're not supposed to. You're not." And he just completely off guard.
Yeah.
But at the end of it, there's this giant like wooden owl
the giant
effigy.
owl. Yeah.
And they all wearing hoods and shit, and they do this thing with like a fake baby and like put it in a nest or something, and then take it away, and then they burn this giant white owl, like not white owl, sorry, this giant
Yeah.
owl effigy.
Yeah.
And they all like, and it's like he's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "What are you guys doing?" So there's like culty shit. It's like, what the fuck is that about? And he's like, "So why'd you burn the owl?" He's like, "You're not supposed to be talking about. You're a rude person." And like, it just caught him off guard. It's
Yeah.
But Alex Jones, what a fucking character.
He does a big thing, which is the next point, which is revealing the secret thoughts of others. That's a big thing for him.
Yeah.
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 And that's one of the things he can do. He's always saying like, "Here's the thing the government doesn't want you to
You
know."
know. Yeah.
This one again is like, it puts you as the person who cares enough about them to tell them the truth. You know, sometimes the truth really hurts, but like if you are
Yeah.
close enough to them, like you got to be someone who's really close. If you're like, "This is gonna suck, but I'm gonna